What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Special edition Rocky Mountain Rancher Truck Camper Edition. My last Capri video did pretty good. I know a lot of you are truck camper junkies like myself, and I thought since that video I've actually done a lot of improvements, different things to my Capri to make it easier to camp in and live in, and I thought I would share that stuff with you guys. Not only can you do this with your Capri, obviously, but any camper, living quarters, horse trailer, truck campers, RVs, whatever. I mean, anybody who uses a camper or an RV could get something out of this. But anyway, I just thought I would show with you guys what I've done to my camper, things that make it easier for me, things I can't live without, I guess. Couple little extra stuff I've done to the camper that I don't know, you might dig it, you might like it, maybe you get some ideas for yourself. So anyway, I'm glad you're here. Let's ride. Okay, first things first, I guess you guys would probably know from the last video that I went ahead and threw her on old Duramax here. I got myself one of these here Duramaxes and put the camper on. So far I'm liking it a lot, and the camper fit on there pretty good. I'm happy. Obviously black on black looks pretty sweet. And yeah, I had a little bit of difficulty getting it on the actual truck. It didn't fit quite as good as it fit on the Dodge, but I think it looks pretty sweet, and it whips it around like a champ. It is pretty tight though. I will warn you, if you're gonna put a Capri on any kind of GMC or Chevy, I don't know why, you can see it right here, but the bed is actually curved. It's not like straight, it's curved. So in order to get your straight camper on this curved truck bed, you gotta notch out a little bit here with a skill saw, and then I went ahead and put probably about an inch of lumber underneath just to kind of raise it up so it would come off the bed rails a little bit. So just to give yourself a little bit more clearance there. But yeah, fits pretty good. I guess we'll start at the back. Obviously my first thing I would highly recommend to anybody with a Capri, unless you're going on the rodeo road or something, you're going to have a hitch rack here that goes into your receiver hitch, and you're going to have a whole generator set up and that whole deal, which is fine. It doesn't work for me because I haul a horse trailer as well. But for those of you guys that, if you're not going to haul a trailer, or even if you are going to haul a trailer, I would highly recommend these steps. These things are incredible. They fold up. They fold up really nice. In a pretty small space there. And obviously I don't leave it there when we're going down the road, but they come nicely off the holder. And they fit really good right here. So I would highly recommend the stairs to anybody. I mean, that's been a game changer because, you know, I've tried a couple different options. One of my other Capris I had, I built a step there that goes into the receiver, but the stairs are awesome. They're super lightweight, they're easy, they're kind of adjustable, they adjust themselves to any kind of level ground, so highly recommend the stairs. I believe they're Brophy camper stairs. Okay, moving along in, as we get back into the camper, something simple, something one thing that Capri, I believe they're doing now in the newer campers, offering like black tanks and, toilets, toilet systems for the camper themselves. But obviously this is a 2017, so it didn't come with that. I would highly recommend get yourself a little camp toilet like this. For two people, this thing works great. Super simple. I mean, it's just nice to have a toilet, honestly. Like, it's nice to have a toilet if you need a toilet. Especially if you're camped somewhere, boondocking somewhere. It's just a nice option to have. Even if you don't use it, it fits nicely in the shower here. I know your wives and girlfriends will appreciate it, so I would highly recommend, 2 thumbs up, getting yourself one of these. They're not bad. I think they're I want to say less than $100 or barely $100, somewhere off Amazon. I don't remember what brand this one is. A lot of them are kind of the same, but anyway, this one, the bottom comes off. There's like a little spout that you can empty everything out of it, and if you put the little chemical things in there, it works great. I mean, it's a toilet, so you know, what do you expect? It works great. Another Capri thing that I think a lot of you guys that travel in the winter, like me, will probably appreciate. I know it's stupid, it seems a little ridiculous, but being able to have running water while you're out here is awesome. So I was like, how can I have water without, I winterized this whole thing, blew out all the lines, so we're all winterized. When it's freezing cold, nothing's gonna break and crack, but eventually, and sometimes, you do want to go camp still in the winter. You do want running water. You want to be able to brush your teeth and do all that stuff. So this little crock, I think I got it off Amazon as well. This is a great option for me. Obviously, this drains out onto the ground. So you can just take your water jug with you when you get where you're going to camp, fill this thing up with water, and you kind of have like running water, basically. So you just kind of a simple little stupid thing, obviously. And it is breakable, so, I don't know if that was the best option, but as long as you're careful with it, put it on the bed when you're traveling. Don't travel with water in it, obviously, but it's worked really good for that. Like, if we're going to go truck camping, I'll just bring 5 gallons of water and fill this thing up when I get there, and it works great. All right, my next little add-on here that this is probably more than anything something I would recommend for anybody who likes truck camping, anybody who has a need for external power, the Jackery. I've seen these things. I've watched a million videos on them on YouTube. I'm sure you guys have too. This is the Jackery 1000. It is awesome. This is kind of what you need here for truck camping. I specifically bought this setup here because it has plenty of juice. It will run an RV fridge or an RV cooler like this for a long time. I mean, days and days, probably close to a week, I would say, depending on the refrigerator. But this thing's been a game changer. It's just nice to have portable power. It works great, super simple. Charge it up before you leave. And, a lot of times with this thing, if I'm going to be boondocking or if we're going to be traveling, I will, I'll turn the fridge on, get it cold, put my stuff in there. Then when we get ready to leave, I'll go ahead and plug the 12-volt fridge into the Jackery and just leave the Jackery here or on the ground. And, I mean, it'll power that thing a long time. So, highly recommend the Jackery. I had a Jackery 500 before that, and it was great. No complaints. They make a 250, a 500, a 1000, a 1500. I mean, they make them huge. They're not the cheapest thing ever, but super simple. They already have the inverter in them, so you can plug most 110 things in here. Obviously 12-volt stuff into there. USB, charge your phone, your laptops, whatever. But it's been a game changer. I think it's been probably one of the coolest things I've got for the camper, especially for the Capri. If you're like me, this is a 2017, so it doesn't have a dedicated battery system. Everything that runs in here off 12-volt just goes straight to the truck, which is fine. I have 2 batteries in here, but it could be an issue if you're out camping, boondocking. Eventually you're going to kill the batteries on your truck. So this is an awesome option. Even if you wanted, obviously it wouldn't run the air conditioner or anything big like giant space heaters or whatever, but you could literally plug this into the back of the camper, into my 110 on the camper, and it will power the whole camper. I mean, it will power everything in here. It'll power the TV. It'll power the stereo. Yeah. Anything you need in here, basically, it'll power everything. So, not the air conditioner, not a big space here, but other than that, it's pretty sweet. It's a really nice thing to have. To go along with the Jackery, I should probably tell you guys another cool thing about the Jackery that I bought to go with the Jackery are these foldable solar panels. This is another great option. I don't even think these are Jackery. These are Solar Popo. Solar Popo. It's a strange name, but they work great. This will plug into your Jackery, and we'll top it off. So I think it's a 100-watt system. Super simple. if you are camped somewhere, obviously where the sun's out, set this thing up. It's got little drop down feet here that'll hold it up, pointed at the sun, and plug her into your Jackery, and you got power. It'll keep this thing topped off. Like, it doesn't charge it amazingly, but it's definitely enough to keep it from completely killing your Jackery. So this is another awesome option. I think they were like 130 bucks, and this is great. Actually worked good. When we went to Vegas this year, I plugged the solar panels into the Jackery, put it on top of the horse trailer, obviously Las Vegas, and it worked great. Topped the thing off every day. I was outside roping anyway, so I might as well just have the solar going, and couldn't have been more happy with it. It worked great. So highly recommend. Don't have to get the solar popos, but they do work good. There's lots of knockoffs on Amazon too, but those are nice to have. So now we're talking about not only the Jackery, what the Jackery powers. 12 volt fridge right here. Actually 12 volt chest cooler, whatever you want to call it. But this is an Osranvik. Got it off Amazon. Highly recommend it as well. It was kind of a temporary deal. I had the old fridge on the Capri go out. It was a two-way fridge, I believe, but the cooling unit went out on it, so I just tore it all out, redid everything in here with barnwood, and made it to spec so this thing would fit in there. This thing with this thing works great. Honestly, you have cold food for probably up to a week, so highly recommend this combo. Works good. Another cool thing I will tell you guys with this camper, when you do, if you do what I did and take out your fridge, there's a lot of good storage back here. I put in a 110 to 12 volt converter so that when I am plugged into 110, there's a little cord running out, and I have 12 volt power. Basically a converter so that I can run this thing basically off shore power, and anything else that I need to plug in. I know the truck camper itself has 12 volt, cigarette lighters and USB things over here, but that was a super simple thing, and it works really good too. But anyway, what I was trying to say is that there is lots of good options for storage up here. I put a couple baskets up there to keep things out of your way, One more simple little thing I think you guys might appreciate. Like I said before, storage, always super important. I got this little foldable table off Amazon as well. I burned it, made it a little barnwoody. But this thing's come in handy a lot, especially if you're chilling here, watching TV. Pretty simple. You pull this little ring down at the bottom and it folds down. But this thing has been super handy. Really liked it so far. Something kind of simple that's probably not a problem for a lot of you guys, but it was a problem for me. Obviously, being a cowboy, you can't put your hat on the bed. So I was like, where in this thing could I put my... Oh, if you didn't know, you can't put your hat on the bed. It's bad luck. Don't ask me why. Google it. It's true. Don't do it, okay? So where am I going to put my hat when I'm in here? I went ahead and put me one of them old school little hat holders there, and that way your hat never sits on the bed, but it sits out of the way where it's not going to get hurt. I know it's kind of trivial, but you know what, it's pretty nice and handy to have that. That way your hat's not going to get destroyed in here, and it's not sitting on the bed. Well, awesome guys, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. If you're a truck camper nerd like myself, I'm sure you appreciate it, especially if you're a Capri nerd like myself. These are just some things that have worked for me. Like I said, I've had 5 or 6 Capris over the last couple of years. Love them, still love them. I don't know why, I've always loved them. They're just super cool, super versatile, and I think part of the reason I do like them is all the stuff I showed you. You can literally do whatever you want to these things. Easy to work on, user-friendly, they look cool, they're light. I mean, I could go on, but if you got a Capri, you know what I'm talking about. So these are just things that I think you could get something out of. You could do it to any camper, any Capri, but this is what's worked for me, and hopefully you got something out of it. As for next week, look forward, more Rocky Mountain Rancher, good old light to moderate ranching coming at you. We are about ready to start calving, so look out for that. Lots more real ranching coming up very soon. But hopefully you got something out of it. All my Capri nerds, my truck camper nerds like myself. Maybe you learned something, but I'm glad you're here. If you haven't, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I appreciate it. The channel is growing, which is awesome. Thank you guys for the support. Just thought I'd do something a little bit different this week. So look forward to next week. We're going to do some real ranching. Let's ride.